if I told you that the best villain in Naruto is not Madara, not Obito, and not even Pain, but that pale guy with a creepy smile, a snake-like tongue, and a twisted obsession with immortality, would you agree? Because today I want to prove that Orochimaru is the best villain in the entire Naruto series, and maybe the most underrated one of all. Since many people only remember him as a crazy scientist in Shippuden, but forget the massive impact this character had since classic Naruto. So the question is simple: what really makes a villain great? Power, charisma, philosophy, fear, presence, or the effect they have on the world around them? When Orochimaru appears for the first time in classic Naruto, the tone of the series completely changes. Until then we had dangerous villains, but still within a more traditional shonen pattern. But Orochimaru arrives bringing real fear, discomfort, something almost like horror. He did not need to destroy villages or give grand speeches. His mere presence already put everyone on edge. And that is something very few villains are able to do. The Chunin exams were never the same after Orochimaru showed up, and that is when we realized Naruto was not just a story about ninjas fighting, but a cruel world where real monsters existed. Orochimaru is a villain who completely breaks away from evil for the sake of evil cliché. He does not want to rule the world, he does not want recognition, and he does not want to impose an ideology to save anyone. His goal is extremely selfish. He wants to live forever and master every type of jutsu that exists, and that alone already makes him terrifying, because he has no moral limits, no emotional attachment, and no guilt. Anyone can become an experiment, a tool, or a disposable body. And that makes him an unpredictable villain, unlike other antagonists where you already know how far they are willing to go. Another reason why Orochimaru is the best villain in Naruto is how intelligent and strategic he is. Unlike villains who rely only on raw power, Orochimaru was always several steps ahead, manipulating events, people, and even villains greater than himself. He was the one who planted the seed of Sasuke's fall. He was the one who caused the death of the third Hokage. He was the one who completely disrupted the balance of the villages during the classic era. And all of that without needing to appear all the time. His influence was constant, silent, and devastating. And speaking of the third Hokage, very few deaths in Naruto carry as much weight as that one. And that is a direct merit of Orochimaru. The fight between them is not just a clash of jutsu, it is an emotional confrontation, master versus student, past versus present. And there we see how Orochimaru represents the failure of the ninja system, a prodigy who was emotionally neglected, given too much freedom, who grew without limits, and ended up becoming a monster created by the hidden leaf itself, which adds a much deeper layer to the character. Orochimaru is also a villain who never loses relevance. Even when he is seemingly defeated, he always comes back, whether through seals, experiments, followers, or long-term plans. He is like a disease that is never fully cured, and that is brilliant from a narrative perspective, because it creates the feeling that the evil he represents cannot simply be eliminated in a single fight. He is persistent, patient, and extremely adaptable. Traits that perfectly match the theme of survival at any cost. Many people criticize the fact that Orochimaru did not receive a big redemption moment or an epic death, but that actually reinforces how unique he is. Orochimaru does not need to be forgiven or dramatically punished. He simply continues to exist, observing, studying, and evolving while the world changes around him. He accepts defeat when he loses, learns from it, and moves on. Something very few villains in Naruto are capable of doing. Most of them die defending their beliefs. Orochimaru abandons any belief if it means staying alive. Another important detail is the symbolism of the character. Orochimaru represents the human desire for limitless knowledge, the fear of death, and the obsession with control, extremely mature themes for a shonen series. He is almost a mythological figure, like a forbidden scientist, someone who crossed every possible line in the name of knowledge, and that makes him a timeless villain. One that works even outside the context of Naruto, because those fears and desires exist in the real world. On top of that, Orochimaru's design is simply iconic. The pale appearance, the snake-like eyes, the calm and unsettling voice, the strange movements, everything about him gives the feeling of something that should not exist, and that helps a lot in building fear. Villains like Madara are imposing, but Orochimaru is uncomfortable, and many times that is far more frightening than raw strength. In the end, Orochimaru is the best villain in Naruto because he shaped the story from the very beginning, caused direct and irreversible impacts, created conflicts that echoed until the very end of the series, and most importantly, because he is a villain who does not rely on grandiosity, he relies on consequences. Everything he does leaves marks, physical and emotional, on the characters and on the ninja world. Now I want to know what you think. Is Orochimaru really the best villain in Naruto? Or do you still believe Madara or Pain deserve that spot? Leave a comment because this debate never ends. And if you enjoy learning about these curious stories from the world of anime, make sure to follow the Shonen Mind channel for more videos like this. Here, we explore the hidden side of the anime that shaped generations.